Welcome to the Nebraska News Service Top 5 Stories of the Week. I'm Kaylin Devin. Lincoln organizations have seen an increased need for service and therapy dogs in the capital city. Michelle O'Dea, founder of the Lincoln organization, Domestipups, and Liz Higley, founder of Uplifting Paws, have seen the demand in the community. According to Higley, business was quiet when the company first began in 2017, but recently things have been different. Higley receives at least 10 phone calls a week and multiple emails each day about service dogs, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Thanks to Luke Mullin for that story. Director of Climate Planning for Verdis Group, Kim Morrow, and co-founder of Sustain UNL, Vivian Wen, spoke to an audience of students, faculty, and staff about how people can be better climate activists, reduce their carbon footprint, and combat climate change in Nebraska. A few of the biggest takeaways from the seminar include strengthening public transit, increasing the number of bike trails, and that multiple pathways are needed to reduce global warming. The University of Nebraska-Lincoln Environmental Studies program hosted the webinar in partnership with Bard College. Thanks to Aaron Housenga for reporting on that story. In a normal year, the Lincoln Bike Kitchen would be bustling as the winter weather gives way to sunny spring afternoons. Volunteers from the community would pack the warehouse on First Street, prepping bicycles for the local community. Instead, the volunteer bicycle repair shop has switched gears. The nonprofit organization has not maintained its normal capacity since the start of the pandemic, but that has not stopped the folks behind the operation from spreading support to their community. For the volunteers at the Bike Kitchen, giving back to the community is the main goal. The organization is nonprofit, and they never charge a child for a bike. People looking to support LBK can either donate to their cause at lincolnbikekitchen.org or simply donate an old bicycle. Thanks to Francis Forte for that story. The Bay in Lincoln is hosting a bi-weekly drive-in concert series that showcases Nebraska bands in order to help the community bring back live music. Audrey Hurdle, the content manager at The Bay, says that if listeners want to support local music, they should come down to the event and support the musicians. The event is free for admission, but donations are welcome and will go directly to the National Independent Venue Association. Victoria Norgaard went to The Bay on April 9th to get the story.
The Bay in Lincoln is hosting a drive-in concert series that showcases Nebraska bands for a good cause.
There's a link on the poster flyers to save our stages. So we really wanted to make sure that with this series we were doing something meaningful and something that would make a bigger impact.
Audrey Hurdle is a content manager for Rabble Media who captures events at the Bay.
If you love local music and you want to support artists in this time, just come through.
Nebraska wedding photographers see this year's wedding couples shifting focus from large gatherings to smaller and more intimate wedding celebrations after a year of COVID-19 wedding disruptions. The 2020 wedding season forced many couples to downsize their weddings, or in some cases to celebrate their union via Zoom or FaceTime. Weddings were moved into homes or backyards, and couples wore masks and social distance with family and friends. Lincoln photographer Brooke Confer says that many of the 2020 weddings were downsized to family events with a postponed 2021 reception, where friends and extended family could attend. Confer said that most of these receptions were later canceled, though, as many couples didn't want to go through the stresses and replanning of another wedding. Thanks to Emma Zoeller for that story. And that's all we have for this week's Nebraska News Service Top 5 Stories of the Week. Be sure to check out our website at nebraskanewsservice.net and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We'll see you next week for 5 more stories in the Nebraska News Service Top 5 Stories of the Week.